live, and I think we should be live. Hopefully it works. Let me know as you're coming into the chat. Let me know if you can hear me and see everything correctly, and we'll get started in about a minute or so. For those of you watching the replay, hi. I'll be talking all about Upwork today and answer some of you guys' questions, so stay tuned for that. And for the people joining in, let me know whether or not you've tried Upwork in the past, or if you're looking to try Upwork, if that's something that's been on your mind, but you're just wondering how you can do it. Let me know where you're at with Upwork in the chat. Hi, Melinda. Hi, Latasha. I see you guys joining in, and hopefully everything's good. You said yes, so hopefully you can hear me okay. Awesome. I actually had to do it with the headphones instead of my microphone because my microphone has been giving me trouble lately. So, hopefully, hopefully this goes out according to plan. But let's see. Okay, so I don't want to wait too long because of people watching the replay. So let's get started with this. So again, today we're going to talk all about Upwork, my favorite topic. If you know me, if you follow me on Instagram or here on YouTube, you know I talk a lot about Upwork and I could talk about it all day. So hopefully I can keep this to a good bite-sized amount. I practiced it. So hopefully it goes out well. But hold on, okay. My name is Sylvia. Again, if you guys don't know me, I don't know why you would be watching, but hey, I'm Sylvia. I'm a freelance social media manager and online educator from Portugal. And I absolutely love all things cats, Disney, and video games. Those are my three main loves, as well as freelancing, of course. I started freelancing back in 2013. It was a long time ago. It's actually my 9-year anniversary in July. So it's July 1st. So I'm kind of celebrating at the same time with this live. But it's been 9 years. And over the last 9 years, I'd say I found probably 95% of my clients on Upwork. Probably more, but I don't want to, put too big of a number here. But most of my clients were either through Upwork or through referrals from clients that I found on Upwork first. So I love Upwork, if that wasn't obvious by now. And I love talking about it and helping other people, get started with Upwork and see the success that they actually deserve. Because I know Upwork gets a lot of bad reps sometimes. And I'm here to tell you that it's not all bad. So what you can expect from this live today is we're going to talk a little bit about Upwork. Again, a little Upwork tutorial. We're going through different parts of your profile and proposals and everything like that and what to include in each one. And then I have a little announcement for you guys. And then we can have a little Q&A time. So if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat as we go through the live. And I'll answer those at the end. I actually thought I could see the questions at the same time, but I actually have to click away to watch them. So yeah, I'll watch them at the end. But I see Latasha said, have used it but haven't used it in a while, interested in trying for some new project types in the future. I definitely agree. I think Upwork, it can be there in the background if you have something else going on at the moment, or it can be something that something that you use every single day. That was kind of what I was trying to get to. I definitely have been more active on Upwork, but like I said, I've gotten so many clients from there that now it kind of runs on autopilot for me. But when I need it, I know I can go there and find new clients. And Ermelinda said, I started not so long on Upwork. So hopefully I have some tips here for you that will be helpful. So I like to start these lives with Upwork myths. Because again, there's a lot of them going on out there. You probably heard some of them. But the first one I like to talk about is that it's only for low-paying jobs or low-paying clients or cheap clients are all over Upwork. You've probably heard a version of this before. And with all these myths, there's some truth to it. That's why they start. That's why these rumors start, is because there is some truth to them. But I'm here to tell you kind of the bright side of them and why they're not so, black and white. There's a lot of cheap clients on Upwork. I'm not gonna lie. But there's also very easy filters to use so you don't have to see those clients. And on the other hand, there's also a lot of clients that are willing to pay good rates and fair rates for a good quality project. So if you put some effort in and you put some filters on, I'm sure you can find the clients that match your budget or your rates. Now, the second myth is that Upwork is too competitive. Now, the truth to this is that, yes, there's a lot of freelancers on the platform. And I think if 2020 brought us anything, it was a lot of people trying to work from home, but also a lot of people trying to escape their jobs. And a lot of those people, went into freelancing and started freelancing on Upwork and elsewhere. These myths and these tips also can go for many different things. They don't have to be Upwork specific. But yeah, definitely there's a lot of freelancers out there. But if 2020 brought us anything, it was also a lot of new online businesses. So I found that like in 2020, I got many new clients that, were just starting their businesses or a new venture and they needed help. So yes, there's a lot of freelancers out there, but there's also a new business popping up every single day. And it's a matter of you knowing where to find them. Upwork is a good idea, but also knowing how to send out. Because something else that I could tell you guys here is that there's a lot of freelancers that, just don't try hard enough, unfortunately. Either because they don't know they can try harder or they should try harder, or just because they don't know how to stand out. So by you finding those ways and those tactics to stand out amongst the crowd, you'll be ahead of like at least half of the pack. So it's not too hard if you try hard enough. And the last myth is that it's too expensive. Now, nobody likes paying fees, let's be honest. We all wish we could keep everything. We wouldn't have to pay taxes or fees or anything like that. But that's not the reality and that's not a realistic goal. And the fees and the taxes are there for a reason. And in the case of Upwork, if you don't know, Upwork takes 20% of your first $500 with a specific client. And then it goes to 10 and eventually to 5%. And a lot of people talk crap about that fee because they say it's too high and it's a ripoff. But look at it this way. With Upwork, they're giving you the clients. Like, they're handing you a list of clients that already know what they're looking for and that, in my opinion, are much easier to sell to than if you were just, DMing someone that's never heard of you on Instagram and selling them on your new service, or cold pitching over email or phone or anything like that. So by you going into Upwork, those people, they know they need help, first of all, and they kind of know what they're looking for, but they may not have 100% clear idea, but they know they're looking for a freelancer to solve their problems. So it's much easier to sell that way because you just have to sell them on you. And also, I can't stress this enough, the safety of Upwork as a platform for freelancers, in my opinion, is priceless. I can't tell you how many horror stories I've heard of freelancers that just, had to chase clients for payment and never got paid, or the client tried to scam them. And we'll go into that. There's a lot of scams on Upwork, but it's safe if you follow the rules. And in, again, in 9 years on the platform, I've only had a client try not to pay once, and Upwork sided with me because I got to prove to them that I did do the work. So, you know, in my opinion, it's not worth the risk, and it's definitely worth the rate, the fee. So take with that as you will. But yes, if you haven't gotten it by now, I love Upwork, and I think it's worth at least giving it a try, you know? I know there's other avenues such as Fiverr, and you can find clients in Facebook groups and all of that good stuff. But try it Upwork, and then, you know, if it fails, you can try something else. But I think if you put in the effort, it should not fail, absolutely. So, actually, I want to ask you guys something. What service, like say you try Upwork today, or tomorrow, or whatever, what service do you plan to offer your clients there? Let me know in the chat. Ermelinda says she got a first low-paying job, but almost ending. I just got to it, have some experience inside the platform. That's great. Honestly, my first client, I think, was about $50. And, you know, it's not a major amount of money, but it was fun. And it got me my first 5-star review. And honestly, that first review, or those first 5 reviews even, they will do so much for your profile that I think they're worth, you know, taking the lower paying gig. Okay, so Latasha said video editing and creation, and Ermelinda said social media management service. So let me actually look that up here to show you that there's definitely a lot of offer on the platform. And once you actually start applying some filters to your search, you can definitely get to a couple of ideal clients in no time. So let's search video editing. It's the first search. Oh, my app crashed. That's awesome. Obviously, when I go live, my Upwork app starts crashing. That's awesome. Video editing. Awesome. So it's not crashing this time. I found 8,204 jobs for video editing. I don't know if you can see this. Let me move the chat. But there's 8,000 jobs for video editing, which is awesome. Let me search social media, because the other day I searched social media and I think it was higher demand than video editing. But actually, I offer both services, so this is a good experience for myself as well. Okay, so social media, 9,708 jobs found. So even if you start applying some filters to this, for example, the budget one, if you don't want to see the cheap clients, or the payment verified, if you don't want to see potential scammers, you still have a lot of jobs left to scour through, to read carefully, and to submit proposals to if you're looking for some new clients. Because obviously, in the beginning, you're going to have to, you know, apply to some jobs on your own. I know a lot of people start Upwork and they expect clients to just come pouring in. But in the beginning, it's definitely helpful for you to start building up those first few clients and that credibility on the platform, to actually join, like, you know, take half an hour each day or half an hour each week to actually scour through the platform and find those jobs that you want to apply to and submit great proposals, which we're going to talk about in a minute. Yes, there's definitely a lot to choose from, and I think it's definitely worth you know, the time and the effort. If you're, like I said, if you're looking for more clients, if you're in a season in your business that you're needing new clients, whether you just started out or you started offering a new service, or if you're pivoting in any way in your business, I definitely feel like it's a good place to have an account on. So how to actually do this, how to actually Upwork. So there's three main ways that you want to focus on Upwork, and three main things that you want to set up. First of all, before you even start thinking about getting clients, you need to set up your profile, your proposals, and your projects. Now, your proposals, it's kind of an ongoing thing, but these three things are things that you really need to nail down before you start expecting clients to, come to you. So first of all, your profile. This is my profile right here on the left. You can definitely read through it. I used to have it linked in the description. I'm not sure if I have it right now, but I can leave it for you guys after this live if you want to watch the replay. It may be there. But basically, you can see here a little bit of my overview. You can see some of my reviews and my video, which we're going to talk about later. But the main thing with your profile is you want to be client-centered. You want to keep the client first. This is a mistake that I see a lot of freelancers make, and it kind of, saddens me a little bit because I know it's hindering your chances of getting clients. If you just talk about you, I know it's tempting to write this like you would a resume, like, oh, I'm great at this, I'm great at that, and kind of do a brochure list of everything you're great at and all the skills you have. But to the client, that's not very appealing. The client, if you put yourself in their shoes, and this is very helpful if you have an idea of who your client is, who your ideal client is, to put yourself in their shoes. So first thing, you gotta know, clients are likely busy and they don't want to waste too much time on your profile. They have a problem to solve, like, independently of what you offer. They're busy and they're looking for help because they're too busy to do it themselves and they want to solve a problem. That's like across all industries, across all services, that's kind of the common truth. So you want to keep that in mind. You don't want to make your profile too long and too boring, and you want to make it relevant. Like, for example, this is an example I really like to give. I have a degree in multimedia arts, and I could mention it on my profile. I think I do in one of the specialized profiles, but I don't really think I mention it in my main profile because it's not directly relevant. If I were to mention it, I wouldn't say, oh, hey, I'm so great, I have a degree in multimedia arts. I would say, instead of that, something like, my degree in multimedia arts helps me create the best video content for your social media, because I offer social media and video work to my clients. So relating that degree that I got with how it makes me help them even better, that's the key. That's being client-centered and client-first. So you want to always, anything you say almost, you want to relate it back to the client and how it helps them succeed. And again, keep the paragraph short and use bullet points whenever you can. So that's my first tip for you guys. Now, next up, social proof. If you're just starting out, this will be especially important. Social proof can be, testimonials, it can be Upwork reviews, it can be portfolio items, anything that shows the client that you're not all talk and that you can actually do what you say you can do. So, for example, if you're just starting out, obviously you won't have any reviews on your profile, but you can definitely have portfolio items. And if you say, oh, but I don't have any experience yet, I've never done this before, then go ahead and do it. Like, in my example for social media, I could create a social media account for myself. I could make up a mock brand and create posts for that account. I wouldn't even need to create the account itself, but I could create posts to show in my portfolio, or I could edit a video for myself or something that I like doing or anything like that. You just need to be creative and find ways to showcase your work even without it being paid. I know a lot of people get stuck on this and they think portfolio work needs to be paid work, but that's not true. You can show anything you've done, paid or unpaid. And for the testimonials, you can actually, if you scroll down on your profile, let me actually show you. Let me go back to Upwork and show you this. Because you can actually now scroll to the bottom of your profile, scroll past the review section, and you can request testimonials from people that you worked with outside Upwork. So think if you worked with a family member or a beta client or a friend or anything like that, you can request a testimonial from them and it'll show up on your profile. So that's really great if you don't have any actual Upwork reviews yet, just to get you started. But yeah, after social proof, I highly recommend you guys get a video up on your profile. You can see mine right here, and I can try to link it on the replay as well if I remember. But if I link my profile, you can see my video. But basically this video is, again, really short and to the point. Again, the client's busy, so they don't have an hour to watch a movie about me. But it tells the client, it talks directly to the client and tells them how I can help them and how I'm excited about what I do and everything like that. And the thing with video is, you probably heard me talk about this as well, but video shows off your personality in a way that you can't really do with text. So I can kind of, convey my personality by text, but clients relate to my video much more. And I've gotten messages from clients saying, oh, I hired you, or I added you to my freelancers list because of your video, because you sounded so cool and I loved your vibe and everything like that. And, that's just not something I could do with text. So I highly encourage you to try a video out. It doesn't have to be too intimidating. You can record it with your phone. Again, a 1 to 2 minute video thing. You can edit it for free with Canva. You can cut off all the fluff and, just try it out. Like, nobody needs to watch it if you don't think it's good enough. And even if you end up posting it, like, only your clients need to see it. So don't be shy. Try video out and let me know how that goes, okay? So let's talk about your proposals next. So this is actually a proposal that I sent the other day to a client, and you can read it if you want to. But basically I say, hey, I tell them I'd love to help them out with their social strategy. I actually include a video in my proposals as well. You can see here a Loom link. I really love Loom for video proposals. Again, it adds that personal touch. It adds that relatability. And it just tells them that I'm really excited about it and that I'm serious about what I'm doing, and that I didn't just copy and paste my proposal to them, which is really important, unfortunately. I also attach my portfolio. It's a PDF. This is something you can do as well if you think it's relevant for your industry. And I like to ask them a lot of questions. Not a lot, obviously, you don't want to waste their time, but just a few, so both I can get to know them a little bit better and understand if we're a good fit, and so that I also show my interest and show that I care about their business. And then I actually have a link to my strategy package, which we're going to talk about in a bit. But the first thing about your proposal, obviously you can see the structure that I use, but the most important thing that unfortunately a lot of freelancers miss in the beginning is you need to really read the job post carefully. I mean, read it once, read it twice, read it 3 times or 5 times if you need to, so you can really understand, first of all, if you want to apply to the job, because you don't need to apply to every single job that you see. You really want to apply to the right ones. And you also want to be sure that you really understand the client before you send them a pitch. This helps it so you can actually mention stuff that you read on the job post in your proposal, making it more, more personalized and more carefully written. Because a lot of freelancers will send like 10 or 15 or 20 proposals each day, and they're just copy and paste, and clients can see through that very quickly. So submitting less proposals but better proposals is definitely the way to go. And the first step is to read the job post carefully. Now, the second thing is to check their budget and their feedback. Now, I'm going to go back to Upwork to show you this. You want to, let's just click on a random job. Hopefully this one gives me what I'm looking for. But basically, you want to check their budget right here. This one is a bit on the lower side. But you want to check to make sure that it works with your needs. Like, for example, this is looking for an expert at $5 an hour, so I wouldn't apply, but it gives you an idea. And then you want to scroll a bit further and see the reviews. Now, in this case, it doesn't give me the best idea, so let me see a different one. This one doesn't have any reviews. Let me see. Let me see if this one has it. So this one says, amazing experience working with Mr. Philip. Now, this is what I was trying to get to, because if you see right here, I like to mention the client's name. And 9 times out of 10, the way I find their name is through the reviews. Now, this one says Philip. It says Philip here again. So I can kind of safely say that the client's name is Philip and use that in my proposal to them. So that's just a little tip that I like to give, just in case you want to customize it a bit further. I highly recommend it. And it's something you can actually also mention in your proposal videos. So check their budget, see if it matches you, and check their feedback for more added information. Also, you can see in the feedback whether or not they're a good client. So, it's worth the look. And then personalize. Like I was saying, you can have like a kind of template that you use, that you copy and paste, but you really need to personalize it. You really need to add your special touch to each proposal you send. It starts with the name. I highly encourage you to include a video. It's gotten me great responses. You want to mention why you're the best one for the job. You want to mention, again, questions, show your interest, and really kind of don't write the same that you would in your profile, but keep it, again, client-centered, client-focused, and make sure that they know that you didn't just copy and paste that to every single job that you saw that day. So that's pretty much it for the proposals. Now, let's talk about projects. So, projects are kind of the new thing on Upwork. They're kind of like Fiverr, let's be honest. But basically, if you don't know, if you're not familiar, with Upwork now, you can set up a few different projects, which, let's go back. To apply to regular jobs, how it works is the client sets up the job post with their requirements and everything they need, and then different freelancers can apply to those jobs, send proposals. With projects, you kind of control everything. You call the shots. So you can set up your project. You can set 5, 10, anything like that. And you kind of define the scope of the work. You define what you do, when you do it, like how long do you take to deliver the work. You also define the price, obviously. And the client kind of sees a list of projects in their catalog, and they decide which ones they want to buy. So it's kind of like you setting up your own shop, but for services. So my tips for projects, obviously this is a good way to make some extra income, Like, for example, if you're like me and you do an ongoing thing, like I do social media, it's good to have those one-off projects that you can make extra money on to kind of top up your income possibilities. But it's also not just good for one-off gigs. It's also been very good for me for recurring jobs. Like, for example, you can see right here on the left, I have a project for a social media audit, and I have one for social media strategy. I have ones for video stuff, and clients sometimes reach out about those. Like, they'll reach out about an audit, and they'll end up wanting social media management month over month. So definitely worth having those there because it's a good source of leads, if anything else. So highly recommend you taking the time to set up, I would say start with 3 to 5 projects. Think about stuff that you can deliver, somewhat in a faster end. I have the audits like delivery in 7 days. I have the strategies deliver in 30 days. So anything that you can think about in your services that you can deliver, you have a clear deliverable. So you get this PDF for the audit, you get, I don't know, like a PowerPoint presentation for the strategy or anything like that. You have a clear deliverable, a clear price, and a clear timeline. So you don't want to, go over the time that you allot for the project. But it's very important to start with those 3 to 5 projects so you can get more leads coming in. And also I found clients to like buy an audit and then they like it. If you obviously deliver a good work, they like it and they buy more, or they buy like a different project, or they buy an ongoing service. So it can be a great kind of, entry level point for people to start working with you. In my case, you can like do like me, like the audit is like, I believe $97. So it's a lower entry point for people to work with me. And then they can see if they like me and if they like working with me, and they can do more different projects. So it's a good testing ground, if you will. Yeah. And kind of for setting up your projects, I recommend kind of following the same tips that I gave you on the profile. Like keeping the client in mind, not making it too long. I would say the project should probably be shorter than your profile copy because, again, putting yourself in the client's shoes, clients will be scrolling through different projects and really wanting to make a faster decision. So give them all the information they need to buy. You can also add FAQs, but just don't waste too much time with that. So my question for you right now is, will you give Upwork a try, or will you give it another chance if that's the case for you? Let me know in the chat. But yeah, I see a lot to look at. I only have one social proof and need to upload a video presentation. Again, I feel like the video has been probably the biggest game changer in my Upwork journey because clients can really see you, and it's hard sometimes, especially in the online business world, to trust other people without seeing them face to face. And I know you can do a Zoom call with the client, or you can talk with them like over phone or over video chat, but before they make that decision of trusting you and responding to your proposal, it's helpful to have that kind of pre-made connection, and video really does a great job in doing that. So I think it's definitely worth giving a try. I don't like the idea, or I didn't like the idea of doing video either in the beginning. And I know, like, I'm sitting here telling you that I know it's intimidating, but, after seeing the results, I will never go back and not do a video in my profiles, proposals, anything like that, because I see the return on my investment and the return on my stress, if you will. So yeah, definitely try it out. Let me know if you have any questions, or let me know how it goes for you. Now, what I have for you guys today is my Freelance Level-Up course. And I've been working on this since January. So it's been a long time coming, and I've poured all I have, all the tips that I have, and all the information that I have into this course. So I really hope you guys enjoy it. It's kind of what I wish I had when I first started Upwork or my freelancing journey. Because I definitely took longer than I should to see success, because I was trying different things out and I didn't know kind of what I was doing, and I was learning to trial and error. So it took a long time, but I ended up, finding success on Upwork, first of all. And second of all, I ended up compiling all that I learned into this course. So I feel like that's why it took me so long. This is my purpose when I first started freelancing. So the purpose of this course is really to help you get either your first or your next client on Upwork in an easier way. So that's what I have to offer you guys today. Again, this is something I've been working on for a long time, and I've taken all your questions and all your requests and everything that I've gotten while talking to you guys over the last couple of years even, and I've put it all into this course. So if you are interested in this at all, I'll have the link for the course in the description of this live or in this replay if you're watching the replay. And if you buy this weekend, I'll give you an extra thank you, a bonus mastermind with me and anyone else that wants to join that buys this course this weekend, of course. You'll all get kind of a Zoom call style with a group with me to ask me any questions that you have about the course while you take the course, about starting your profile. We can review some of you guys' profiles if you'd like, and it will be a lot of fun. So if you want that, you can buy the course this weekend. And the first 5 people that buy the course this weekend will also get a custom profile review with a video. So like I said, I really like delivering videos with everything. So I'll deliver you a video of me reviewing your profile, so you know what to work on, what to improve, and what's, already good, and you don't need to mess with it. So as a recap, oops, this was not the right one. And this one doesn't work. So as a recap, if you buy the course today, you'll get the Upwork course, which is, I believe it's 7 different modules and over 20 lessons. So you have a lot of information to go through. You have information about choosing your service, about writing your profile, about doing the video for your profile. You have like talking points for the video. You have, what else? You have information on how to find the right jobs, how to avoid scams, which again, super important in this day and age. Have information on how to write your proposals, what to talk about in your proposal videos, how to actually interview with clients, which is kind of the next step. You have how to actually work with clients and, again, not get scammed on Upwork. And you have also a module on how to grow on Upwork and get clients on autopilot. So basically, it's an Upwork 101 course. Everything you would ever need to know about Upwork is inside that course. And if you have any requests, obviously let me know and I'll add those to the course as well. And you buy this weekend, you get the group mastermind that I'll message you later to figure out a time to meet. You get the profile review, and if you buy the VIP version of the course, you get a one-on-one call with me where, again, You can ask me any questions about Upwork, any questions about freelancing in general, and we can review your profile as well, review your proposals, anything like that, and I'll give you all the information that you need to know. So that's pretty much it for this weekend, but don't take it from me. These are different messages that I've gotten over the years of people that have taken my courses and my tips and applied them to find their first clients on Upwork. This person even booked 3 clients out of my tips, which was awesome. So if you want similar results, definitely buy the course. Let me know if you have any questions. And now for a Q&A time. Let me know if you have any questions about Upwork or freelancing in general, and I'll be glad to answer them for you. Okay, so I see Joseph says they landed their first client on Upwork because of my tips. That's awesome. Again, like, that's a different case study, if you will. But that's awesome. Let me know, Joseph, what you do or what you did for that client. I'd be interested to know. My very first client, I did an illustration project. So it was, I think, 20 different illustrations. So it was definitely a lot of work for $50. But I had a lot of fun with it. So it was a good experience in the end. Ermelinda asked what topics the course has. And I've talked about that already, but it's pretty much everything you can think about. Any question that you have with Upwork, you can pretty much find it in the course. Do you show the steps after you get a client? Yes, that's actually something that I added from the previous course to this one. If you didn't know, I had this course before. And I had someone request like what happens after you actually get a client or after the client says yes. And that's included in a course, like both for hourly and for fixed price jobs. So that's covered. Do you think it's important to also have a website if you focus on Upwork? Now, this is interesting. I would definitely say yes. I definitely feel like it's important and there's a value in it. But I wouldn't say you need to start a website on the first day. You wouldn't need to create an Upwork account and a website in the same day. I would definitely start with Upwork first because, in my opinion, it's easier to start out and you have more leads from it. And, it's just easier to set up. Especially if you're just starting out and you're not sure whether or not it's going to work for you. Like, for example, I started Upwork in 2013 and I created my website and my social media accounts in 2020. So that kind of shows you, like, all those years, like 7 years, I was pretty much just relying on Upwork. Now, I don't recommend that. I recommend you diversify your streams of income and your income sources or your lead sources as well. So I usually recommend starting with a freelancing platform, so Upwork, Fiverr, Freelancer, anything like that, and a social media platform. So whether it's Instagram, LinkedIn, whatever floats your boat. But yeah, I would maybe leave the website for a bit of a later time. If I built a portfolio website for a cloud engineer for $250 and he ended up hiring me 2 times after that, those are really the best clients. Like, the clients that like your work and enough to come back and hire you again, honestly, are awesome. Most of my clients are recurring because I do social media and it's not just something that they can buy once and have set for the rest of their life. But I've had a client just end their contract with me after literally 4 years, and we're almost family at that point. So it's a very good experience, and it also kind of gives you more security because you don't need to be searching for clients all the time. Now, obviously, that will not be the case for every single project. Like if you are a photographer, people may not need photos every single month or photos edited every single month. But if you can find that service that you can do ongoing, and if you can do a great level of work for your clients, it will be awesome. And also, if you do a great work for your clients, they can refer you to other people. And in this case of the client that we were together for 4 years, like at least half of my clients that I still have to this day were referrals from her. So she told her friends that I was great and they came to work with me as well. So definitely worth giving all your best to the job, not just scrapping something together. What level is the Upwork course good for? I.e. beginners only, or maybe intermediate or advanced too? I like to say, like, first of all, it's probably best for beginners, like people that are either just starting freelancing right now, or they're, like, say, in first year of business. But I think if you're looking, like, if you've been freelancing for a while and you're looking for a new source of leads, there's also a lot of good stuff in there for you if you're looking to try Upwork as that new source of leads. So let's say you've been freelancing for a year, but you are kind of stagnant and you're looking for new clients. If you want to try Upwork as that source of new clients, it's definitely a good resource for you. Obviously, if you've been freelancing for 5 years and if you have an Upwork account already, this may not be the course for you. But if you're, either looking to try freelancing for the first time or try Upwork for the first time, it's definitely a good thing to try. So yeah, let me know if you have any more questions. Or maybe for someone that doesn't use Upwork for so long. Maybe, like, if you, let's say you tried Upwork like a year or two ago, but you never really used the account, it may be a good idea to try to revive the account. Something I've heard people ask about that I kind of want to clarify. If you have a dead account, like something that you haven't used for a while, I definitely don't recommend creating a new account. I recommend you revive the old account, even if you need to figure out your password and everything, because I don't think Upwork likes people to have 2 different accounts in their name. But if you have a dead account, definitely try to bring it to life first. I kind of did that in the past, honestly. I've taken breaks out of Upwork, especially in the beginning since I was still in college. And I've definitely gone back and put some effort in to revive the account, so it's definitely possible. But yeah, the main thing is you really need to try. You can't just set up your Upwork account today and expect tomorrow to be swimming in clients. You really need to put in the effort first to create your profile, to really nail what you're going to say in your proposals and everything like that. But once you do that, it's a good source of clients, and it can even work on autopilot. Like I said, like I haven't submitted a proposal like without being invited to a job in probably over 6 months to a year. So clients now come to me, like whether it is through the project catalog or through inviting me to their projects. So it's definitely worth building up that reputation. Okay, after that, he asked me to build a restaurant website for his friend, and he got upset with me when I tried to charge his friend a bit higher because it's a business. There's always going to be clients like that expect you to give your all to them, and you can take that to heart. And And that's also not just on Upwork, right away. I know, again, Upwork kind of has a bad rep sometimes, but the biggest price shopper that I've had, like ever, in these past 9 years, reached out to me on Instagram, and they wanted, at the time I was charging $40 an hour, and they wanted me to do the work for $7 an hour because her husband was sick or something like that. Now, it's very important that you kind of know your worth and know your value. Because if you don't, it's easy. I know it's easy to fall into the trap of just saying yes to the discount request and saying you'll do it. And then you kind of end up resenting the client or resenting the work you do. Or, God forbid, even giving up on freelancing altogether. But, you know, it's definitely a tough skin that you have to build up. But I don't think you're wrong at all. I definitely feel like not even just because it's a business or a bigger business, you should definitely raise your rates with probably each new client that you get in the beginning, because you learn a lot from each new client and you increase your skills. So your rates should increase as well. So definitely don't think you're in the wrong there. A long way to have clients asking me to get in their projects, but I will try. Definitely try it out. Let me know, you know where to find me, and I'll do my best to help you out as well. And that's the thing, like, I kind of have that in my last slide here in my presentation. But if you have any further questions, you know where to find me. I'm always on Instagram. That's the best place to reach me at. The handle is right here on the screen. I'm not going to spell that out for you because, you know, I know it can be hard for people that don't speak Portuguese, but it's the Sylvie Pinho. You can find me on Instagram, DM me anytime. And if you have any other questions, I'll stick around for like another minute or so. But if not, thank you so much for joining me. I really love chatting with you. I always love chatting about Upwork. If you want to grab my course, you have the bonuses going on until Sunday. So grab that while you can and ask me any questions that you have over on Instagram. Okay, I see a message got retracted. So if you want to send that again, let me know. If not, I'll just say goodbye. Let me wait for another minute or so. Thank you, Ermelina, by the way, for joining. Thank you, Joseph. Thank you, Latasha. Thank you so much for joining live. And if you're watching the replay, same applies to you. You can message me anytime over on Instagram or leave a comment down below. And I'll do my best to help you out because, you know, again, I wish I had someone to help me when I first started out. I would have saved a lot of money and a lot of time if I didn't just have to figure it out through trial and error. So yeah, I'm here for you if you need me. How about freelancing on LinkedIn? I'll be honest, I don't have that much experience with LinkedIn. I'm not a big fan of LinkedIn, but I know there's a lot of clients there and a lot of opportunity there. So I would definitely find someone to talk about that with. But it's probably not me. Apart from the tips that I can give that can apply to every single platform, I don't have any LinkedIn specific tips. Sorry about that. LinkedIn is definitely the kind of toughest one of the social media platforms for me, not gonna lie. So yeah, I'm going to close out this live. Oh, it's already been an hour. Okay, I definitely should close it out. Thank you, Joseph. Thank you, Latasha. Thank you, Ermelinda, again. And I'll talk to you guys soon. How do I close this now? That's the question. I'll come here and I'll close it.